bat. He doubled in the first inning. He singled in the third. He singled in the fourth. Men on first and second. The pitch popped up. It could be trouble. Over Buckner's head, the wind carries it in play. It drops in front of Vail, bounces away from him, goes to the wall. Espinosa will score as he comes around with Buckner's throw, hits past foot, but Hernandez is there. It's a double for Boa. 18-9 as Espinosa scores. Rose batting right-handed. Runners on second and third. Swing, ground ball to the left of the shortstop. Jesus bobbles it, picks it up, Ken drops it again. Rose is safe on the air by DeJesus. And McBride scores. Fly ball, center field. Martin is there. Boa tagging up at third. Here comes Rose to third. The tag by Olivares is missed as Rose gets up and claps his hands because he made a fadeaway slide and Olivares dove for him but missed the tag. Here's the tag up after this line drive to Martin in center field. Martin concedes Boa. That's Boa scoring. And here's the play at third as Olivares dives and just misses him, and the umpire was right over the play. So credit to third base umpire being right over the play so he could see whether Rose was tagged or not. Sacrifice fly by Unser. Scores Boa with a 20th run. Curveball, swing, fly ball, deep left field. Kingman going back on the warning track, reaches up and makes the catch. Here comes Rose in the score. 4-run score. Philadelphia, will I get the computer out? 21, Cubs 9.
He will not get his home run. A 3-run home run for Bucky Dick.
79 for some reason was a year, we had just won the pennant or the division, 76, 77, and 78. 79, we never got on track, and it was kind of a bizarre season. I think we ended up finishing 4th. But Pete joined us, and there was a lot of hoopla about Rose was going to be the guy, the glue that make this team work, and it didn't happen right away. And then at the end of the season, Dallas Green took over and things changed in 1980. But 79 was just a bizarre year. We had a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and everybody was making adjustments. But with all that, with a lineup with Luzinski and Schmidt and Maddox and McBride and Pete, anything could happen.
Well, this game was sort of a microcosm of it, because this game had peaks, valleys, everything else. Your lead was built to 21-9, a 12-run lead in the 5th inning. Naturally, at that point, you bring in your stopper, your finisher, the man who's going to hold on to a 12-run lead, and instead they bring in Tug McGraw.
Oh, I guess I needed some work. First of all, we were hiding in the clubhouse. They had to come and find me to get me to warm up. And while we went down to the bullpen, I mean, I was eating my basic, trading a baseball for a hot dog and a Coke and a bag of peanuts. That's what we always did at Wrigley Field. A baseball at Wrigley Field could get you a good trade. A couple of hot dogs, a couple of sodas, a couple of bags of peanuts. I mean, there was real value to a baseball. So I was very comfortable. I had my snack. I'm warming up. Everything seemed fine. No, I had nothing to worry about. 12-run lead. Hey.
At this point, too, fairly early in the season, you had a great earned run average going. You had a career earned run average to protect, too. Is your stomach strong?
I don't know.
Can we go back and watch some of this?
If we have to.
I'll tell you what, you cover your eyes, I'll watch, and after the gore, I'll tell you when you can watch. Now let's go back to the ball game with Tug McGraw nursing a 12-run lead.
The time to try to get some base hits. The Cubs have 13, add to their batting average. Line drive, base hit, left field. Unser has it, throws it in, and Foote is on first base. That is the 14th Cub hit. Here's Sizemore, who has 2. Ground ball to Smith, and he bobbles it. He was handcuffed on the ball, and it wasn't hit hard. He just wasn't ready, and when you get into one of these ball games, anything can happen. Dillard looking for his first hit of the year. Curveball low. McGraw will throw everything but his glove up to the plate. Curveball, screwball, fastballs, let-ups. Gives you that big motion, good overhand delivery. There's the fastball, but it was low. Phillies played Dillard straight away. High ball 3. You never know in a ball game. Wouldn't it be something? It could be the miracle of Clark and Addison for 79. There's ball 4. The bases are loaded. Here's DeJesus at bat. 1 for 2. Way inside with that breaking pitch. Ball 1, and McGraw has a little trouble. The pitch. High, ball 2. Ball 3. No strikes. Three and no to Ivan. He tried to curve him, and he loses him. How about that? Ivan walks. He's credited with an RBI. Oh, there's one hit deep to right field. Hey, hey, kiss it goodbye. A grand slammer by Buckner. And 4 more runs are in. 5 for the inning, and it is now 21-14.
DeJesus watching him had to wonder if maybe McBride was not in a position to catch the ball, in which case, of course, Ivan had to be ready to scamper back to first. All right, here's Buckner. He is the tying run. There's a well-hit ball, center field, dropping in, base hit. And the Cubs have a run as DeJesus comes across, and Thompson stops at second. And here comes Kingman. He's the lead run as he steps in there. How about that? 22-20 now. WGN Television 9, Chicago. It's 5 o'clock, and who could care less? None of us. Here's Kingman, and that brings Danny Ozark out. Raleigh Eastwick is warming up. Whoo, boy. Nobody out. And it's the Cub half of the 8th.
A wild day at Wrigley turns even wilder when Tug McGraw and I return on Classic Sports.
Come on, Stevie. That's a strike. Ontiveros got a home run earlier. His only hit. He followed Kingman's in the 4th inning. Strike 1. The tying runs are on base, ladies and gentlemen. 22-20. There's a smash, a backhand stop, dropped by the second baseman Maioli. He did recover it in time, however, to force Buckner. But it could have been one of two things. It could have been either a double play ball or a base hit the way it started out. Maoli moved over very well for it and did glove it, then dropped it. Had he gloved it cleanly, it could be a double play ball. See this? If he makes the fast throw to Boa, it's a double play ball. As it is, Oliveris is on base on a fielder's choice. Thompson's now on third base, 2 out, and the batter is Jerry Martin. Well, I don't have to tell you that Jerry would like to make that trade pay off here. There's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Here comes a run in. Okay, Thompson's in, and the tying run is in scoring position. Jerry Martin has just singled Thompson across the plate, moving Oliveris to second. The score is now Philadelphia 22, the Chicago Cubs 21. And Barry Foote, the catcher, is up. Here's the guy who put the game out of reach in the opener with a grand slammer against his old teammates. Now let's see what happens. 2 out. There's a big swing, foul ball, strike 1. Oh, what a nice long hit to do here, huh? You want to see Bedlam and hear it? This is exactly what you'll get if this guy hits one here. Strike 1. That's too close. Throw to first. The base runner at first is Jerry Martin. Steve Oliveris is on second. He represents the tying run. The ball game is in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-1. There's a ground ball bouncing into left field. Come on, Steve. Come on, Oliveris. He's going to score. It's a tie game. Oh, brother. Woo, boy. Look at that score. Look at it and blink your eyes. And if you don't believe it, we can understand. There's your scoreboard. The Phillies 22, the Chicago Cubs 22. Here's the run scoring as Barry Foote hits that ground single to left. And Oliveris races home with Joey Amalfitano almost throwing his right arm out of joint, waving him around. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the batter is Bobby Mercer. 2 men on, 2 out, and Mercer got a base hit the other time up. If he duplicates it right now, the Cubs could go out in front in this ballgame. Jerry Martin is on second. Bruce Foote is on first. Bobby Mercer, the batter, 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning, 22-22. And that's high outside, ball 1. Outfield straight away, fairly deep. Right field and McBride, medium deep. The other two, Gross and Unser, fairly deep. Ball 1. Reed throws. That is a strike. Ball 1, strike 1. Mercer not very happy with that one. Don't forget, you'll see it all on the extended 10 o'clock news tonight. We will lengthen the news show. We'll extend it in order to accommodate this one. Here's that last pitch. All right. Ball 1, strike 1. One and 1. The pitch. Low and away. Ball 2, strike 1. Ball 2, strike 1. Time. No pitch. The Cubs have out-hit these guys 26-23. And the game is tied at 22-22. The most bizarre, incredible game in years. That is a ball. Ball 3, strike 1 to Mercer. All right, here's a tailor-made situation for some heroics for Bobby. A guy like this loves this 3-1 situation. Ball 3, strike 1. Martin on second, Foote on first. Here it is. Big swing. Oh, he wanted that one so badly he could taste it. He went for a high pitch. Ball 3, strike 2. If he lets that one go, and if the umpire's on the stick, he's on base with a walk. But he doesn't want to walk. He wants to hit that ball. 3, strike 2. Now what? Watch it. There's a ground ball bouncing to the second baseman. The play to first, Maioli to Rose, and that retires the side. But in the inning, for the Chicago Cubs, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 2 left. And the score at the end of 8, ladies and gentlemen, with Bruce Sutter probably coming in now, is Philadelphia 22, the Chicago Cubs 22.
Settled down into a routine 22-22 ball game. In the 8th inning, Danny Ozark walks out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. What does a manager say to his pitcher during a 22-22 game?
Hang in there. Danny, whenever he would come to the mound, we always wished he wouldn't anyway. But I think that Danny was just, in any given situation, particularly a game like that, I think he was just going out to try to humor the guy or something, to get the guy to just take it with a grain of salt. I mean,
well, he was famous for saying, "We're not out of this yet," after they had been eliminated from the pennant race. Of course, in this situation, he could have said it and meant it. We're not out of this yet, even though we've given up 22 runs.
There's no telling what Danny would say.
We'll go back to the game in a moment.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go to the 10th inning of an incredible game. An unbelievable game. Bizarre, exciting. Wow. Now, let me also make this point with you. For the Phillies, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters are due up in this inning. For the Cubs, the heart of the batting order, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters are due up. Something could very likely happen here in this 10th inning. Boa, Pete Rose, and Mike Schmidt are due up for the Phillies. For the Cubs in this inning, Buckner, Kingman, and Olivares are due up. Whatever you're doing, don't move away from that set. All right, Larry Boa, who's had 5 hits today and 7 at-bats, is leading off against Suter. 10th inning. All right, here we go. Larry Boa, switch hitter. Suter fires away. That's too low. That's ball 1. Looked like he had a notion to bunt. Ball 1. No matter what happens, we've witnessed one of the greatest uphill climbs in regular season history. That's a little high. A notion to bunt again. Ball 2, no strikes. 2-0. When you're down by a score of 17-6 and 21-10, you've got a right to think you're going to lose. Ball 2, strike 1, but these Cubs have battled and battled and battled. Unbelievable. There's a ground ball right at Kelleher. Gloves it, throws. That's 1 out. And that'll bring up Pete Rose. Big day for Pete with the bat, too. He's had 3 hits, including a couple of doubles. As a matter of fact, that single he got the last time up in the 8th inning was the first non-double that he's hit in the series. He's had 6 hits in the series, and 5 of them are doubles. That's ball 1. First time that Pete has looked to Suter this year. Foul ball, 1-1. 10 home runs in this game, 1 short of the all-time record. You get the feeling that record will at least be tied before this game's over. Ball 1, strike 1. Olivares even with the bag and close to the line. Ditto, Buckner guarding against the extra base hit. Ball 1, strike 1. There's Steve. Not far from the line, as you can see. And Buckner back of the bag but close to the line. Ball 1, strike 1. That's a strike. Ball 1, strike 2. Rose has been at bat 127 times going into this game and has struck out only 9. There's a high fly, left field, dropping kind of fast. Kingman's over, he's got it. Attaboy, Dave. A long run by the big guy. That's 2 out. And here comes Mike Schmidt, the National League's leading home run hitter. 13 home runs for Schmidt. Nice going, Davey. So that's 2 out, nobody on, and Schmidt is up. Left side of the infield very deep. Kelleher cheating a little bit towards second base. And that's ball 1 to Mike. That home run is his only hit. He's also walked 4 times, twice intentionally. Ball 1. That's a ball, 2-0. Ball 2, no strikes. Ball 2, no strikes. That's a strike. Ball 2, strike 1. White Sox 5, Oakland 1. They're in the bottom of the 8th. That's a ball. Ball 3, strike 1. Montreal and St. Louis were suspended after extra innings today, 2-2, by previous arrangement. Ball 3, strike 1. So they'll pick it up later. Outfield to the left, very deep, of course. Here we go. Drive. Ball 3, strike 2. There was the slip finger fastball. Ball 3, strike 2. Here we go. Shakeoff may have been a fake. There's a high fly to left. Look out now. Look out. It's gone. It's a home run by Schmidt. Oh, brother. Mike Schmidt has just gotten his second home run of the day, and now the Phillies lead in this ball game by a score of 23-22. The 3-2 pitch, he was ready. Suter laid it in there, and pow! Out of the ballpark over the left center field wall. And that brings up Del Unser. Here it is. And he's ready for it. Scott Thompson took about 4 steps out there in center field and then realized that was a gone goose. Okay. Game's not over yet. Don't give up. Not the way this one's going. Here's Del Unser. That's a strike. Strike 1. Strike, 0-2. A no ball, strike 2 count. Again, I remind you that Buckner, Kingman, and Olivares can bat for the Cubs. And there's a drop third strike. There's the throw, and that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left as Mike Schmidt gets his second home run of the day. And here we go now to the bottom of the 10th inning with the score. Philadelphia 23, the Cubs 22. Here comes Buckner now. The ball game is in the bottom of the 10th inning. The Cubs are trailing 23-22. And these fans out here refuse to give up. They're standing, a lot of them, and they're applauding as Buckner steps in. This game has already tied the record for the most home runs in a game by both ball clubs at 11. Home runs have been hit today. Schmidt has 2. Boone has 1. Lurch and Maddox for the Phillies. And for the Cubs, Kingman, Olivares, Buckner, and Martin. All right, here's Buckner. He's had 4 hits, 3 singles and the homer I just mentioned. And Raleigh Eastwick is the pitcher. And the Cubs need 1 to tie and 2 to win this game. Here we go. Strike, fastball, strike 1. You know, a game like this, especially if you're the loser, has got to give a manager fits, because there have to be 9,000 places you can look back and see where you could have won it. If only this had not happened or this had happened. Strike 1. There's a high foul ball, and Schmidt is running hard, so is Boa, and they can't make the play. So Buckner catches a break on that one. The ball fell in the playing area, just shy of the bullpen in foul territory. And they were both running back pretty hard. So that's strike 2. 0-2. There's a fly ball, left center field. Greg Gross is there, so is the left fielder. Unser, he's got it. And Buckner's out, that's 1 away. That leaves it up to Kingman. Dave Kingman. Dave Kingman, 3 home runs. Oh man, if he could only make it 4. That's a fastball, strike 1. 1 out. 50 hits in the ball game. 51 is the record, owned by these same 2 teams. Strike 1. Foul ball. 0-2. Man, they're really looking for those superlatives over there in the press box. Those typewriters are flying. 0-2. There's a very high pop foul out of play. Still, strike 2. A no ball, strike 2 count. Eastwick sets. Here we go. Foul ball. Ooh, just got a little piece of it. Enough to stay alive. 0-2. Dave Kingman. No ball, strike 2 count. Go. Fooled him with a changeup. Kingman strikes out. Took a little off of it. Dave got out in front too far. So with 2 out now, Olivares comes to bat in the bottom of the 10th inning. There's a check swing, fair ball, and that's it. The ball game is over. As Mike Schmidt throws out Olivares on a check swing which rolls fair down the third base side. Oh boy. A pretty flat finish. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And a very sad finish to one of the greatest games anybody has ever seen anywhere. So in the inning for the Cubs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. One of the few times today that anybody went down in order. Eastwick, by the way, comes in and gets credit for a great save. He faced 6 Cubs and retired them all.
bottom of the 10th inning, Rawley Eastwick put the Cubs and the Phillies both out of their misery. He settled down and put an end to the madness that had produced 50 hits, 11 home runs, and 45 runs. And by the way, those 45 runs were not a major league record. The Phillies and the Cubs in 1922, the Cubs won a game 26-23, 49 runs, which is still the major league record for most runs scored by both teams in one game. But 45 wasn't bad. When you left Chicago, I mean, did you go for treatment, mental or physical?
I think I went for the marinated ice cubes. We were glad to have that game over with. We were really lucky to win it. I mean, if you can really call it a win, it goes down the one-loss column as a win, but I think we all suffered.
It was a victory, and as Pete Rose, your teammate, said, it's just another one-run game.
Yeah.
That's easy for a hitter to say.
Well, the hitters love those kind of games. Especially if anybody... Hitters usually prevail in those games, but if you took an 0 in a game like that, now nobody's going to talk to you.
You go about 0 for 9 or 0 for 10 or something. How long did it take before you guys were able to laugh about it, the pitchers?
Well, I'm still upset by it. It kept me out of the Hall of Fame. I think I would have been in the Hall of Fame had I not given up those 7 runs.
Did that about double your earned run average for your career?
At least, yeah. At least.
And for those doubters of you...